I have a contemporary question. I use Instagram for my work, and sometimes I care about how many likes I get. And I always want to have compliments or encouragement from people. But when I don't get that, I feel like I am alone, and I feel like people forget about me. And I don't want to have those feelings inside me. How can
So
I?
you are not following your passion for its own sake, but for what you think it will get you. You have to follow your passion regardless of what people's response is, because there's simply no other choice for you. That's being who you really are. It doesn't matter what other people think or what they give you. You have to follow your passion for its own sake, or you're not being pure about it. You're using it as a condition to get feedback, to be validated by the outside world. The outside world cannot validate you. You can only validate yourself. So as soon as you start simply doing what you love for its own sake, not because of the feedback you're going to get, then it can expand and more people can find you who will support you. But you can't do it to get the support. You have to support yourself. You have to know that you are valid.
Okay, thank you.
Does that help you?
Yes, it did.
Then thank you for allowing us to encourage you.
Our next question is, when I get big job, I get a lot of pressure and anxiety, even though I want people to know about me more. I get scared and ended up escaping from those situations.
All right, this is the same thing though. You're giving over to the idea of outside validation.
But this pressure made me confused if I want to do it or not.
You are putting the pressure on yourself. You are overwhelming yourself by the way you're thinking about what it is you're doing. That's what we're attempting to tell you. You have to just do what you love to do for its own sake. It doesn't matter what other people think about it.
But it sometimes makes me excited, also worry at the same time.
No, not at the same time. You go back and forth. You cannot be excited and be in anxiety at the same time. You are making a choice to leave your excitement and go into anxiety because you have fear-based belief systems about yourself with regard to that situation. Sometimes you will leave that and go back into excitement. We would simply suggest that you remain in excitement instead of shifting into anxiety. But if you do shift into anxiety, ask yourself why. What is the belief you have about yourself in that situation that makes you go into anxiety, that makes you afraid of something might happen that you do not prefer? Why do you have that definition? Do you understand?
Half of it.
When you go into anxiety, that's because you have a fear-based belief that you think something bad is going to happen. Why do you have that belief? You have to find out why you're holding on to that belief so you can let it go. All anxiety is the result of fear-based beliefs. So you must have fear-based beliefs about yourself that says that it's more likely than not that something bad is going to happen.
Okay, I understand.
All right.
Next question is, when I was little, my dad was abusing me physically. Last time I met him, we were watching a movie, and the movie was about, the movie was about the mom was abusing her daughter.
Yes.
And what he said was, how can she abuse her own child? I can't believe it. He said that multiple times. I was very surprised and confused. Is this because my dad doesn't remember the memory of what he had done, or because he lives in present?
All right. And so? Do you wish to hold on to that or let it go?
I want to let it go.
All right. Then forgive. Remember, it doesn't condone the action to forgive. You can still recognize the action that someone took as a negative fear-based action because they didn't know any better. Because it takes a victim to make a victim. And therefore, being in fear, being victimized himself, he didn't know how to express the idea of connection and love in a positive way. You don't need to continue to connect yourself to that experience. You can move on and have the compassion to forgive, because again, remember, the original definition of forgiveness is to no longer need revenge, to no longer need to punish someone for what they've done. Because that only keeps you connected to the negative energy. And then you are punishing and abusing yourself from that point forward. So do not abuse yourself. Let it go, forgive, and move forward.
So if I forgive, I don't remember this memory anymore?
You may or may not, but you can use it to learn from. If you forgive, you will simply be free to be who you wish to be. Forgiveness is freedom. You are no longer shackled to the idea of a so-called past that is simply no longer your past. If you become a different person, you have a different past. Do you understand this concept?
Yes.
All right. So be the person you prefer to be now, knowing that you can use what you do remember to push you in the direction that is opposite, to push you in the direction of being your true self, to push you in the direction of freedom and love. And therefore, even though he may not have known what he was doing, he still pushed you in that direction. So use it in a positive way and let it go.
Okay.
Does that help you?
It helped me.
All right.
Last question.
Yes.
Can you please describe how my higher self looks like? Or how?
Why do you need to know how your higher self looks? Other than, again, as an orb of light.
Or the character?
For what?
The character?
The character? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
What do you mean by character?
Is higher self have a character?
You are part of the higher self. Remember, the higher self is just the portion of you that is still in spirit. And all of you is still in spirit. You're just dreaming that you're not.
Mm-hmm.
So, how does the higher self feel to you?
Feel to me.
Speak up.
Feel to me?
How does it feel to you? How does the higher self feel?
Strong.
Strong. Therefore, you are strong, and that is its character. It is loving, unconditionally. It is guiding you, unerringly, by sending you vibrational messages that translate through your body as passion, excitement, creativity, attraction, love. Constantly guiding. It is a guiding light. Follow it. Act on it. It is absolutely an indestructible core of strength. So, be strong.
Okay.
Be yourself.
Last question. I just want to make sure the forgive is letting go.
It is not condoning the idea of a negative perpetration, but it is letting go. It's freeing yourself and disconnecting from that so it doesn't hold you back. Because otherwise, you're just perpetuating it.
How can work on that? How can I work on that?
You don't work on it, you just let it go. Do you
Like I
want to
decide-
remain connected to the idea of abusing yourself? Do you want to continue to abuse yourself?
No.
Then stop. That's it. It's that easy.
So
Move forward.
So if I imagine it, I just don't think about it.
Say again.
If I thought about it, I just stop thinking about it.
It's not stopping to think about it. It's letting it go in terms of any effect that it has on you negatively. You are free from it. You can think about it, you can remember it, it doesn't matter. You might forget about it, but it doesn't matter. Remember, it's not about what happens, it's about what you do with what happens that makes the difference in your world. So again, we're not saying that you condone what happened, but the idea is that you can forgive in order to free yourself so that you are not continuing the abuse on yourself. Yes?
Yes.
It's not about forgetting the incident. It's about forgiving yourself.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you.
You are welcome.
And thank you, a special thanks to the first questioner of today, just wherever you are. Thank you. Hi. I feel that I'm not one of the 39%.
No, you are connected to a different form of hybrid.
Can you say more?
You are connected more to the Yael.
Oh, okay. Okay, I wanted to talk about frequency, but in less technical terms.
All right.
But that was great and fascinating, although some of it went over my head. So when you're speaking about our frequency, in your terms, frequency is literally our very conventional science idea of cycles per second or hertz.
Yes, but we're incorporating more than your scientists know about when we give you the answer to those frequency questions.
Okay.
Your scientists haven't arrived at that yet.
Okay.
It's still cycles per second.
Okay. Is this the same thing as the vibration that so many spiritual teachers say it is our job to raise? I mean, that is if we prefer to take the next step in evolution and ascension. Is it the same thing?
You have, all of you, a core frequency in physical reality that exists on the threshold between physical and non-physical reality of 333,000 cycles per second as we measure these things. The idea is the degree of difference between that frequency and the frequency you are as a physical being based on all of the belief systems within you and how they may impede you from being that higher frequency.
Okay. So I wanted to talk about that threshold. How then is it that some beings who are in spirit, who are of a negative polarity, or to put it in terms of law of one, are in service to self, are at a higher frequency? I'm assuming, I'm extrapolating this from the fact that they are in spirit.
Yes.
Then those of us incarnate on earth who are focusing on love and choosing the service to others, right?
Yes, that's a very good question. The answer is the lower astral realm, the first stage of non-physical reality, has a component in it that is very strongly connected still to the earth cycle vibration. And thus a spirit can decide or can simply find themselves based on the belief systems they brought over into non-physical reality still at frequencies where they can express certain ideas of negative experience. It's like starting over again on a different scale.
Oh.
Do you understand? So in the lower astral, above 333,000 cycles per second, transitioning into the lower astral, in a sense, though this is not accurate, but in a sense, it's sort of like you're starting at zero again.
Okay.
So you can have lower astral vibrations that can be expressed negatively.
Okay.
Does that help?
Yes. Okay, and so maybe I'm mistakenly equating frequency with mood, but...
Oh, yes.
Yes, I am mistaking that?
Yes.
Okay.
It can be associated, but that's not always the case.
Okay.
You can be very happy at 150,000 cycles per second. You can also be very miserable at 149,000 cycles per second. It depends on the mix of the belief systems.
It's really based on beliefs rather than how you're feeling?
Feelings are generated by beliefs.
Right.
So yes, it's based on your belief system.
Okay.
Because you can think you feel pretty good, and you can actually be disguising what you really believe.
And you can think you feel pretty bad, but have
Yes.
really helpful beliefs.
Yes. Except for the one that allows you to think that somehow you're not worthy to experience those positive beliefs.
Right. Okay.
One can overwhelm the others depending on what the belief is. So it can be a small fraction of your overall frequency, but it can have very profound effects on the rest of your belief systems depending on what that belief is.
Sure. Okay. I'm going to go.
Does that help?
Yes, but I think I'm going to have to listen to it back because I'm kind of also thinking about the questions I want to ask. And
All right. You may listen to it back, but I would recommend that you listen to it forward.
yeah, that'll be helpful too.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to go for it. The frequency question, mine. I just felt it go down. Oh, wait. It's not based on feeling.
Would you like it to go back up?
Yes.
Think of something you love very much, or someone. Do you have it?
Yes.
167,000 cycles per second.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good day.
Oh, I'm finished?
Do you have another question?
I do.
Let's see if you're finished.
Okay. So one of the previous questioners said they felt like in last night's meditation, we all went through a portal. Did we all go through that portal? Because I think, I'm asking this based on my experience of it, and I was very tired, and there were some
Let
others
me
that
put
maybe,
it to you this way. If you didn't go through the portal in your own way, you wouldn't be here asking questions today. Mm-hmm. So yes, you all went through it, but you went through it in your own way.
Sure.
Now you're finished.
Thank you.